Hi, I'm Robert Begley with day 148 of my video challenge. I'm fresh out of ideas. That's what Chief Wiggum would say on The Simpsons whenever he didn't know what to do next. Today, I didn't know what to talk about, so I thought, you know what, let me bring my globe out. And because I have been a globe trotter since my 20s, I'll spin this guy and pick a spot at random and then talk about it because I've probably been somewhere near there. So let's see how this works. Close my eyes first. Eyes are closed. I hear it spinning, and I will just go. Zoom. All right, you get to see where it is before I do. Oh man, Pacific Ocean off of California. All right, Baja California, close to the equator. This is not that far from Galapagos, actually, which I will go to at some point. But the closest landmass, yes, it is Mexico. So I'll talk about Mexico, which I've been to many, many times. First time back in 1985, went to Tijuana with my good friend Jim. That was an experience. But let me talk about South. This is actually not that far from Mexico City. DF, as they call it, Distrito Federale. Wow, that is like no other place in the world, Mexico City. First of all, the altitude, you feel it when you get off the plane. I'm a walker, and I went out just to go to the store to buy like a loaf of bread, and two things struck me immediately. Sadly, the poverty. There were at least 20 to 30 kids coming up to me begging for money. And I had a few pesos, but that was for the thing that I had planned to buy. And secondly, I was somewhat close to being out of breath. So the altitude got to me as well. In Mexico City, there was a Columbus statue. Every place I go to, including Latin America, I look for a statue of Columbus, and there was one. It was pretty disappointing, though. The statue was beautiful, but the place around it was not clean. There were bums lingering there. So, and it was in the middle of like an intersection. So I had to run in, see Columbus, take a quick picture, and then get out. But I'll tell you, the distinguishing thing about Mexico City that I absolutely loved, you have what's called the pre-Columbian, so the pyramids outside of Mexico City, the pyramids that the natives built. Then you have the colonial era, which is when the Spanish came and they used their kind of architecture, which we call colonial. And then you have the modern steel and glass skyscrapers. That was really impressive to me that there are three distinct eras, periods in this place that was, at the time, I had gone several times to Mexico City, but it was the biggest city in the world, 25 million people. And I haven't checked that in ages. I haven't gone there in a long time. Don't really plan to. I've kind of seen enough. But actually, no, let me say one other thing I really liked Xochimilco. Xochimilco. First, I like all the names of the places. Tiahuatuna, I think Tio. No, I don't remember it anymore. But what Moctezuma, not Montezuma, the town that it was named on, that the Aztecs. They were the Aztecs there. Teotihuacan, I think it was called. All right, I'm missing that. So anyway, Xochimilco is beautiful waterway that you go on this boat with your loved one. I was married when I went there to a Mexican woman, and the mariachis come up in a boat right next to you, and they start playing, singing the guitars and the brass, and that I had goosebumps. I remember looking over and saying, I got to give them something. How much should I give them? These guys earned the tip. So that's my Mexico City story. All right, I'll do this periodically because Sometimes I'm fresh out of ideas. As Chief Wiggum says, I don't know what to talk about. And since I've been all around the globe, I'll just say something off the cuff. See you tomorrow, day 150, I think.